Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to provide you some updates regarding USCIS offices reopening in New York. As you may be aware, nationwide USCIS offices are set to reopen starting June 4th. Of course, if the conditions and health situation permit, but currently nationwide offices are set to reopen starting June 4th. New York is a little bit different, and this video is about specifically New York USCIS reopening. Well, New York USCIS office, 26 Federal Plaza, a very popular office that's literally serves probably one of the largest immigrant community, will be reopening in phases. The first phase of reopening is set to start on June 15th. And during the first phase, only naturalization ceremonies are going to be administered, okay, with some restrictions. Of course, the office is concerned about the safety of the public and its employees, and that's why there will be restrictions. I can imagine that there will be certain requirements to enter the facilities, including protective equipment. But the first phase, we have the date, is going to be June 15th for naturalization ceremonies, okay? The second phase will include more interviews. We do not have a date for the second phase yet. It's expected that it may follow within a month of the first date, hopefully, but we really do not know when it's going to be. I guess it's going to depend on the situation and how the first phase is going to be implemented and how successful and safe it's going to be. And for the interviews, by the way, USCIS currently considers even remote interviews, so perhaps via Skype or some other program that they will find safe and secure. So that's something that is being considered. And now also the third phase. The third phase, of course, is the reopening to do business as usual. We do not have the date for that. Hopefully it will be sooner than later. But it means also, what it means that unfortunately, due to safety measures that must be undertaken, the delays are going to come. Delays in the interviews. Of course, naturalization is a priority for USCIS, for people who are waiting for their citizenship. Then will be adjustment of status interviews and all other business. Now remember, USCIS is actually opened for emergencies, including emergency info pass appointment, perhaps emergency travel appointments. It's very important to know that. Specifically, right now, currently, some offices may be closed and immigration courts around the country in certain states, certain cities are closed due to protests. But when that's settled and settles, the best way to find out if your office is opened is, of course, first of all, to visit uscis.gov website. And usually USCIS publishes those COVID-related closures very expeditiously, okay? For the immigration court, to find out if the immigration court where you need to go is closed or opened, the best way to handle it is to use EOIR Twitter, because that's where they publish very fast all changes to the immigration courts closures and openings. Now, also for immigration courts, remember, immigration courts are not set to reopen on June 4th. Every branch of the government has their own deadlines, okay? It's very important to remember that and check that. You have to monitor your case using 1-800-EOR phone call number to see if you have any upcoming dates. If your hearing in immigration court was cancelled automatically because of the COVID situation, you are entitled to a written notice showing date and time of your hearing when it's going to be rescheduled, and that notice should be served on you or your attorney at least 10 days prior to the hearing. Okay, so that's very important to know, but still check the system just in case, because of course right now unfortunately there are mail delays as well. So I don't think you are going to miss anything at this very moment, but in the nearest future, if something like this happens, make sure the immigration court has your updated mailing address to show that it wasn't your fault. Let's say that you moved and didn't receive a notice, and then you will have a good chance of reopening your case. All right, so this update was about New York. New York is set to reopen in phases, with the first date currently to be set as June 15th in about 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching, and you can check more videos here regarding all various topics in immigration, from waivers, adjustment of status, naturalization requirements, and more. And please subscribe and share. Thank you.